Module 1, Basic AutoCAD, CAD 116. Hi, my name is Joe Cerrone, and I'll be your instructor for this online course. I've started AutoCAD 2012, and for this course we'll be exploring this software. The companion website to this can be accessed through D2L, and I will give your instructional material through this website, which you can link through as you go through the D2L system. We will be using the Harnessing AutoCAD 2012 book, and we will basically be going through the book in chapters with a combination of online instruction and textbook readings. Chapter 1 is on getting started, and what we'll do is we'll take a look at the user interface. So I've got some drawings here that we'll take a look at, but before I go into that, let's just take a look at the user interface. Across the top of the bar is this letter A, and this is the application menu. If I click down on the letter A, we have the ability to start new drawings, open existing drawings, save as, where we could save drawings as previous versions of AutoCAD, and you want to be careful with that. If you're sharing a drawing with somebody who has an older version of AutoCAD, you'll need to save that as a previous version. We have the ability to export drawings, publish, and print. There's also some other options in the application menu. We can search for commands, and so if I type in line, it will give me all the different line type commands within the CAD system. And AutoCAD is an older program. It's been around since the 80s. It does quite a bit of things. It's the premier package software, and for that it's used by everybody from architects to mechanical designers to interior designers. It has the ability to do a number of things, and we're going to look at those things within this course. Some other things in the user interface that we'll look at will be the quick access bar. We can open drawings, save as, print. We have our workspaces. I can change my workspaces. Right now it's in drafting and annotation, but if I click on this, I can change it to 3D modeling. And I'll get my modeling toolbar, which I can use to create computer models, 3D drawings. I can also look at AutoCAD Classic, kind of like Coke Classic. It's our older version of the software. People who were using anything before 2009, before they started using the ribbon, were using toolbars and palettes. And these palettes are really quite useful. We can do things like insert doors, windows, landscaping architecture. There's a whole range of applications and drawings that are out there that we can access through the internet to provide content for our work. For right now, I'm going to close out this palette, and I'm going to restore my workspace back to drafting and annotation. This video is going to be about 10 minutes, and we're just going to take a look at how the interface is set up. I try to make these videos somewhat to the point and quick. You're welcome to pause and rewind and go over things. Some of the other applications, this small arrow right here is quite important because we can turn off the menu bar or we can turn on the menu bar. And I like the menu bar because it provides us with a way to see all the commands in a pull-down menu environment versus the ribbon. So what I'd like you to do is to click on this arrow and show the menu bar, and what you'll see then is you get the pull-down menus for all the commands. And we'll use this quite a bit throughout the course. I can move my mouse off and hit the escape key to clear that menu out. We can also take a look at some of the other things within the interface. This is called our ribbon, and the ribbon has these different tabs on it. The tabs will separate the different commands and different uses that we'll do when we start doing our work. In the Home tab, I have my draw commands, and I can access additional commands if I hit this pull down arrow. I can pin it, and I can use these different commands. I can unpin it. But for right now, we're just going to explore the interface. We're not going to go through and do some drawings until the next module. If we take a look over to, let's open a drawing. If I go to my applications menu, it will give me my recent drawings, and if I hover over the most recent drawing, I can pull up this PC board application, and if I click on that, it will open, and I can take a look at this drawing. If I turn the wheel on the mouse, it will increase the magnification. If I push the wheel, it will pan it. This is what's called paper space, and paper space is designated by this right triangle in the left-hand corner, and it's used for printing applications. When we do our drawings, we work in model space, and so we have these tabs across the bottom, and what these tabs do in paper space is they allow us to put together a book, and so we can put together page 1, page 2, and these are called layouts. We'll explore layouts in Module 8 in great detail. But for right now, I want you to know the difference between layout mode or paper space mode and model space. Model space is where we do all of our work. We do our drawings. It's an infinite drawing board. We can create our computer models in here, and we can also manipulate those models. So for example, if I go to the View tab, I can take a look at this PC board, and I can pull up a top view. I can change to a front view. I can orbit, and by saying orbit, what that means is I can take a look and move around that drawing. If I want to take a look at this potentiometer, I can turn the wheel on the mouse. I can push the wheel on the mouse to pan and turn and push. This is a visual style which will allow me to look at this drawing in a colored version. I can change visual styles here, where if I want to, I can look at it in wireframe or hidden. I can render these out, shades of gray. Down here at the bottom of the screen, we have our status bar, and yours may look a little bit different. Okay, if I right click on one of these, I have use icons disabled. In other words, it's not checked. If I check it, this is usually the default, and we get these glyphs, and it's a little hard for me to explain how to use things by pictures, and so what I'd like you to do is to right click on that and uncheck use icons, and that way when we start working with these different modes, like for example grid, if I want to use grid, I can select it. It will turn blue, and we can turn that on, although I seem to be having some difficulty within this drawing. I'm going to cancel out of this orbit command by hitting the escape key, and let's take a look at some other things within the program. We have our command line. In the command line, it's going to give us feedback as far as what commands we are using. And so for example, I'm going to open up a different drawing. I come here and I'm going to open up a library drawing, and if I want to work with furniture, for example, I have this library floor plan, and you can see I have multiple pages of this floor plan down here at the bottom. I'm in layout mode right now, which means I'm working on these different sheets of paper. Here's my overall view of the library, and then I can set up different floor plans and things like furniture plans. And for example, if I wanted to go through and work with furniture plans, what I could do is I could work in model space, and I could add furniture by going to the Insert tab and inserting something called a block. Blocks are templates that allow me to put in things like furniture and desks, and so in this drawing I can get a chair, and it will give me a visual representation of that. I can say OK, and I can then place that chair within the drawing. And that chair is at scale, and so what's nice about working with these CAD drawings is everything is laid out to the dimensions, and so we can see just how many chairs can I fit into a room, what is the desk space going to look like, what's my capacity. I can figure out things like area. Some other applications or some other components within the drawing is this quick view. If I click on this quick view drawings, I can go and I can take a look at these other drawings, and I can look at the sub drawings within them or the layouts, and so I can look at these furniture plans, and if I want to, I can print out that furniture plan or I can select it. There's some other things that we can talk about here as we start to look at it. If I hit the escape key, escape is going to release me from that drawing. Or I can hit this X here, and that's going to get me out of it. Right mouse clicking. AutoCAD is heavy on right mouse click options, and I can choose different right mouse click options, and they're going to be sensitive to the drawings that I'm in. That's kind of an overall view of the interface. To kind of review it just briefly, what we want to be able to do is to be able to set up the interface and to understand it. If I come here to Home, the way we'll be starting off these drawings is using the Drafting and Annotation workspace. You're welcome to look at some of the other options within that. I also like the toolbars to be on, the pull-down menus to be on. And so that's this Hide menu bar or Show menu bar, and we're going to want that to be active. And the other thing I want you to have on is these icons down here at the bottom. I want you to have Use icons disabled. I want the words on there so that we can talk about what these different options are. And in Module 2, what we will do, or at least in the second part of this video, is we will use the online aspect, and we will start to explore things like how do I get the software and download it, and how do I do drawings. That's the end of Module 1. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at jcirone@oakton.edu.